I definitely feel like they need to sign Eze. They need to get over that line. At the moment, I'll probably say Arsenal's business this summer has been a 7 out of 10. Obviously, we got Gyökeres in, which, you know, we've been dying out for a number 9 for many years now. But I think that if Arsenal got Eze over the line, then I'd say that's like a 9 out of 10 for a transfer window, because Eze is a fantastic player. He can play in that, you know, Arsenal play 3 in midfield. He can play left of the 3. He can play on left wing sometimes. I've seen him do it for England. But Arsenal, I feel like they need to do some more bits. You know, at the moment they're trying to fast track this Max Dowman. He looks like a fantastic player. But let's not forget Nwaneri. He's got a contract situation at the moment, but he's one of the best young players in the world. And I feel like they need to sort that out as soon as possible, because he is an absolute talent. Now, I spoke about pathways. It's difficult for Max Dowman and Nwaneri to go and play at Arsenal at the moment, because you've got Saka, one of the best wingers in the world. You've got Odegaard, you know, a top midfielder, especially for Arsenal. He didn't have a great season last year, but he has been pretty consistent. He is a captain. So it's difficult for them to break in. And when you've got the talent like Nwaneri at Arsenal, you need to play them. People will say, you know, he's young, but ultimately he's good enough. He showed that last season. Now I feel like Arteta needs to give him the stage to go and play. But there's no doubt about it, Eze would be a great signing for Arsenal, and I hope he comes.
If Eze only takes us a 9 out of 10, your standards are very, very high. Because, I mean, that's got to make 10.
No, the perfect window would have been, Isak. If Arsenal could have signed Isak, and that's no disrespect to Gyökeres, but I think everyone would want to have Isak in their team. But again, a 9 out of 10 is still a great window.
Well, it is, no doubt about it.
Champions League winner, someone that's coming for a big club. This rebuild over the course of this summer with the Ruben Amorim fingerprint of DNA on that team, and you get the feeling that a player like that, along with Cunha and Bomo, and then someone like Šeško, that would be the type of summer that Manchester United fans would say, this is where we feel like we're back to being what we are. Now we need to start seeing it on the pitch. But in the window, they're certainly making all the right noises.
OK, let's rattle through a number of the other clubs. We've been covering Arsenal's interest in a certain Eberechi Eze from Crystal Palace all this week. Where do we stand on that one now, Mark?
Yeah, still no formal club-to-club contact at this stage, but we know that Eberechi Eze has a release clause, which we understand to be 60 million plus 8 million in add-ons. However, it's just a case of who wants to trigger that and pay that in its current terms. Now, the terms will probably be quite strict with regards to the payment structure and the way that the buying club has to do this. So it'd be interesting to keep an eye on. We know that Mikel Arteta is keen on the player, likes Eze. He's just had a fantastic campaign. He's been one of those players who's been sensational since he's come in from Queen's Park Rangers. Is this the summer where he gets that big money move? One to keep an eye on.
Yeah, conflicting reports on this release clause, actually, because a few reports suggesting his release clause actually expires today.
OK.
Where there's other reports saying that there is an expiration date, but it's not necessarily today. And I think sometimes clubs like to negotiate on a release clause anyway. They sometimes might want to pay a bit more than the release clause in return for more favourable payment terms. So I think it's definitely one to keep an eye on, Eberechi Eze, as we get towards the end of this transfer window.
Arsenal fans, brace yourselves. It's finally happening. After weeks of nail-biting silence, dramatic twists, and endless rumors, the Eberechi Eze transfer saga has reached its climax, and all signs point to the deal being done. Crystal Palace have now officially accepted Arsenal's final offer for their midfield magician, bringing one of the most talked-about transfer chases of the summer to the brink of completion. Sources close to the negotiations have confirmed that personal terms are almost fully agreed, with only the final paperwork and medical tests standing in the way of seeing Eze in an Arsenal shirt. But here's the big question: what finally broke the deadlock? Just days ago, Palace were standing firm, rejecting multiple bids and insisting Eze was not for sale unless their massive valuation was met. Arsenal had been patient, but Mikel Arteta and sporting director Edu knew they had to act fast before other top clubs circled. Insiders suggest that Arsenal's latest proposal included improved payment structures, add-ons based on performance, and possibly a sell-on clause that appealed to Palace's board. With Eze also keen on making the move to the Emirates, the South London club eventually gave the green light. So, what does this mean for Arsenal's midfield? Eze's arrival could be the missing puzzle piece in Arteta's tactical vision. His creativity, close control, and ability to glide past defenders will add a new dimension to Arsenal's attack. Whether deployed as an advanced midfielder, drifting out wide, or linking up with the likes of Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Jesus, Eze's versatility makes him a dream addition. Fans can already imagine the fluid passing triangles, the quick 1-2s, and the unpredictable bursts that could tear opposition defenses apart. For a team aiming to dethrone Manchester City and finally lift the Premier League trophy again, this is the kind of signing that sends a message. Arsenal mean business. This deal for Eze isn't just about talent, it's about timing. With the Premier League season already heating up, integrating a player of his caliber early could give Arsenal the edge in crucial matches ahead. The Emirates faithful have been craving that extra spark in midfield, and Eze's arrival could deliver exactly that. Do not blink now, the transfer window is moving fast, and Arsenal's momentum is building. One signing down, but maybe just maybe another surprise is lurking around the corner. Hit that like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next massive Arsenal update, because trust me, the fireworks aren't over yet.